Ready? Okay. Now it's like in the six transcendent perfections, the fourth one is transcendent diligent. Diligent is like the essence of the diligent. It is like doing the virtues, very admiring, and to stop the or abandon the negative things, actions, very admiring. And therefore he is like the essence of the diligent is really want to do the virtues. Then it's like to be diligent for the practicing Dharma. First, maybe we should learn how to make diligent come about into our minds. Maybe thinking of the benefit of positive actions, and also it is like how it is the negative actions. If we have this kind of discriminating wisdom about the positive and negatives, if we have the knowledge that positives bring all the times benefit, such benefit qualities, positive actions for us and to others. Negative actions, there's nothing benefit, instead that all the times complicate problems to create the negative actions to ourselves and also to others. We understood that really serious, confirmedly, determinedly, not kind of the follow the others. We cannot maintain, we cannot study, we cannot analysis, but someone says, I believe, not good, very risky. But our own perspective, through the reflection, and meditate on it, studied on it, and we understood through the receiving teaching of the Dharma, there really is the functionality of the positive action and the negative actions. Then we can have perfect diligence to easily. And also it's like according that we say paramitas. For example, if you are very much generosity, the opposite of the stinginess. Like if you are more generosity to helping physically, verbally, mentally, belongingly, virtually to others, how much it is the benefit, how much is qualities. If you have the stinginess and sense of the loss, kind of the holding, and difficult like kind of the to have generosities, and that is like more negative things. If you understand, maybe you become more diligent to put more like kind of the generosities. And also when you practice the discipline, transcendent of the discipline. For example, as I said, if you keep the positive discipline of the 10 positive actions, how much is the benefit, how much is qualities. You avoid the 10 negative actions, also how much benefit, how much its qualities. You have this clearly to understand, then it's easily to be diligent. Practice the transcendent diligent. And also, we are saying the patience and the antidote for the angers. And we understood when you are like a very strong hot temperature, the hate, angers, versions towards any sentient beings, how much destroyed your qualities, how much destroyed your virtues, how much destroyed everything. Not good. If you practice patience, how much it is the benefit. Most like kind of the virtues, the patience is the best virtues. You understand that, then you can do easily to have diligent. Therefore, this sort of, and to read there's many different suttas. It is the talking about the functionality of like negative immediate retributions, and also it's like all the negative actions, how it is like bad. If you abandon to them, how much is the qualities. For example, if you receive the taking refuges and the qualities of the Buddha, Dharma, Sanghas, and also you are easily to follow up, to pray and to take refuge in the Buddha, Dharma, Sanghas. And then it's be diligently to follow up Buddha, Dharma, Sanghas, very easy. And also when you are study, like the qualities or the benefit of the Bodhicitta. And then it's like once you take the vows, you change your name, you change the meaning, everything's. How it is such a kind of the benefit. This sort of when you are to studies, and then you can do easily to develop your transcendent of the diligent. Then there are the three kind of the diligence, armu-like diligence, armu-like diligence, diligence in actions. Diligent is an action, and diligent that cannot be stopped. Armun, like diligent, it is like any kind of negative circumstances can come in order to stop the practice virtue or the Dharma. It's nobody's cannot to stop. Like Armun, any kind of the arrow of the negative actions comes from friend, family, any kind of circumstances in order to stop the practice Dharma. Never they stop to you. You are continue and to be diligently to practice Dharma or the virtues. And diligence in actions, that means it's like kind of the diligent of the application. And each moment, what you're doing, and physically or verbally, mentally, every actions you apply to the virtues. Every actions connect to the virtues. Also virtues enhanced by the three supreme methods: compassion, non-conceptualization, dedication, so on. That is the diligent action or the diligent of applications. Diligent that cannot be stopped. Like a kind, that means like here is the truth, no Buddhist cannot be stopped. Not like this. Diligent that is like never to make the satisfied yourself. That means someone says, I done the 100 once. Now I think it's like completely I'm good. Now I don't need any more. Maybe you stopped. Maybe it's like kind of, you kind of the satisfied, but satisfied or not, you need to check inner your realizations. In Tibet, it's like Chokpa Manzan Patrul. Maybe you make retreat 10 years, or I made a retreat 10 years. Now I don't need any more. You need any more or not, you need to check your mind, our mind. But sometimes it's like you did some month of the Dharma practice, the virtues, then you say, oh, it's enough now, I think it's okay. Then you stop, or you holding the ambitious these satisfactions. But reality is not really, because you have inner experience. You have really an experience. Then maybe not necessarily. One day is your realization is coming equality of the samsara nirvanas, the great equality of the joy and the gold, the great equalizer of the happy and sorrows, the great equalizer of the birth and death. And this kind of the great experience, or inner your the proof, inner your the power, inner your realization, then maybe you don't need. That is you can to stop. Like this. Okay, now the first more explanation, they are more diligent. And here is talking about the past Buddha and Bodhisattvas. When you hear the story of the life of the great teachers, like Jetsun Malaripa, like Guru Rinpoche, like Buddha, Longchenpa, like many there is the Buddhist masters. And there's many histories. Buddha and Bodhisattvas of the deed. They did, they did and they did. And the tile they want through for the Dharma, do not be discouraged. They never kind of the satisfied, kind of the be satisfied, they stopped, never. Until they be enlightenment, they never kind of the discouraged, continue doing like this. This kind of, you look at the histories, biographies, it's wonderful. This sort of course, those in the past, Buddha and Bodhisattvas, they have many negative circumstances in order to stop to the practice, families, friends, societies, conditions. But they never kind of stop. They maintain their own, and they are kind of direct to practice Dharma. Then they become like this. And also it's how they to practice Dharma heartily. Never think that they are only capable of achieving all they did because they were Buddhas and Bodhisattvas. And that you could never do the same. Maybe you read the histories and Buddha and Bodhisattvas, great masters. You can't losing your courage. They are Buddha and Bodhisattva, Daka and Dakinis. They are great. We can't do like this. You put yourself kind of the down, insult yourself. Oh, I can't do that. Then of course, many in Tibet we have like this. Ordinary peoples, you should to practice Dharma. Yeah, I'm ordinary lay persons. And just nothing. They kind of the complain themselves. They say, I'm nothing. I'm not good. They lost their kind of self-confidence. Then of course they cannot do it. But really is the Buddha and Bodhisattvas teaching, follow up, imitating Buddha and Bodhisattvas. You should have courage yourself, self-couragement, self-confidence. Why not? you need to do the same as the Buddha and Bodhisattvas. You will become same as the level of the to them. For example, you can take example the universities. You go to the universities, maybe from this university, that universities, very famous scholar, learned came. But when you enter, maybe I cannot to become like this. Maybe you insult yourself, maybe not. But you have your courage yourself. What is the difference? If you study at the same and the school, maybe you become the wiser scholar, learned, same as those professors. We are in the Buddhist universities. We are want to become the great professor of the Buddha, the Bodhisattvas. They also study in this school. They become Buddha and Bodhisattvas. We now imitating, we are studying these universities. We need to diligent, we need our own self-encouragement and to put ourselves to up, say, why not? I want to do like this. And this kind of them. Otherwise, you should say, they are Buddha, Bodhisattvas. I can't do like this. Never do the same. Then, of course, you put down yourself. You insult yourself. They cannot. That is not. Now what we need, kind of imitate. Instead, remember that it was simply by acting in this way that they all become so accomplished. Since you are their disciple, even though you might not do better, you have no choice but to follow in their footstep. And instead of losing your self-confidence, you should to rousing yourself, praise yourself. Of course, I understand. They did like this, simply acting this way, then they become the great Buddha and Bodhisattvas, accomplished. Since I myself are the discipline, disciple of them, follower them, I'm imitating them. Even I'm become the more higher than the better than that. Even not that, I want to become same level of those Buddha and Bodhisattvas, because I'm a follower their footsteps. I want to become like this. If so much perseverance and hardship was necessary for them, how could such a thing not be imperative for us? And I want to perseverance and go to under the hardships. I want to be the level of the same of them until they necessarily to put effort. Necessarily, I need to become for them like level. Even though those Buddha and Bodhisattvas, how could such things not be in previous for us? Those kind of Buddha and Bodhisattvas, how much they go under the hardships in order to purify their negative obscuration, so on. Of course, for me, absolutely need to go under the hardship, but doesn't matter. I will do it. Because myself is, like in what we do, there continues turning in the Dharma, from time without beginning. And our self is the great burden of the negative karmas carryings, and also like kind of the push. And also there's not very much at the beginning, less habitual forming imprinting about the Dharma, not much, very much training. Weighed down as we are by our own past negative actions. And according that, we need also very much diligent in order to practice Dharma. I should to think about even the Buddha and Bodhisattvas, how much they need to put effort about practice Dharma in order to purify their own negatives. Of course, myself, how much I have past negative actions. There's nothing kind of the training in the Dharma from the time without beginning. There's not much habitual tendencies. Now I'm start to enter into the Dharma. Surely there are a lot of hesitations. And in this perspective, to think like this, now I want to put effort to be diligent. I want to practice Dharma. Like we need to say, we need to tell like this. And also we need to tell ourselves, we have all the freedoms and advantages of the human existence. First, we look at our own conditions. Based on our condition of the human existence, we got to have freedoms in order to practice Dharma. We have also perfect advantages according to others, according to ourselves, in order to practice Dharma. And our human beings is extraordinary, fantastic. This is like the precious human existence. Only not like this, I have another kind of the great chance. We have met on authentic spiritual teacher. That is also difficult. This day is authentic spiritual teacher's 100% existence. You should to search. You should to follow. You should to quickly hurry up to search through the Mr. Googles here. And receiving the profound instructions. If seriously, honestly follow up the authentic teachers, spiritual teachers, 100% I give you guarantees you receive great profundity, pity instructions. But of course, arrogantly, proudly, and we are follow, is like kind of sometimes follow, sometimes not. Lot of carrying the doubt, hesitation, negative views, then difficult to receive, but not. Maybe we can do follow purely ourselves in order to receive the pit instructions. These kind of situations, we cannot become lazy. Very important to be diligently to practice the authentic, genuine Dharma. We are now telling to ourselves, now that we have this opportunity to practice to the true Dharma, properly, honestly, purely, then when I can to practice, there's not much chance. And this is like kind of 100 times, 100 years you receive once you meal. You should to eat until you be satisfied. Maybe years, beginless until right now. Very difficult to have this kind of opportunities. These opportunities to receive, we should practice the true Dhamma properly, correctly, confirmably, then we should vow from the bottom of our hearts to do so. Kind of to take the commitment. I want really to practice the bottom of my heart to take commitment our own self. Be prepared to accept hardship, take on heavy burdens, and risky life and limp without a care for our flesh and our blood. This kind of to practice. Now it is the really, in the sutta said, in your own lives, if you receive one meal, how you can to hurry up, how you can to eat. Like this. In you are like trillion millions, countless eons. You haven't got this kind of opportunities. Now we have these great opportunities. Wow, wonderful. Like kind of prepared. We want to accept it, any kind of the ascetic or the hardships. And take on heavy burdens. Like kind of the beginningless until right now. How much we are carried, very, very heavy burden of the negative deeds and obscurations. And this one is like now not anymore to like kind of carriers. We like carriers, any kind of heavy dharma, profound dharma, need to carry, I want to carry. And also risky life and limp. And life and like kind of the limps. How many times we put on the target in order to benefit our own self. This time is our target is enlightenment. And we need to spend, it doesn't matter, risk our life and limbs. We don't need to care. Without caring, we can to spend. And also we are kind of giving flesh and our blood. And let's enter right now. How much we spend it useless way. Our flesh and blood. Now, this flesh and this blood, it is using the for good way. For practice dharma, make generosities, and use for accomplishment of the dharma, enlightenment. That is what is the meant by the arm-like diligence. That is, you understand? Oh, time is over. Okay, thanks. I think it's questions tomorrow. No, there's. Thank you very, very much. Thank you very, very much. Spasibo. Obrigado. Arigato gozaimasu. Didi madlob. Tujiche. Tujiche. Thank you. Sonanda tam jezipanya. Tonini padana pambit. Yegananchi walam tupai. Supun solin drokan do raho. Yoncho sencho Rinpoche. Mahi panam hejeji. Hipanyamba me. Goni gondam perwaho. Senchene perchinye pa. Nyerdene litarjichi. Ndrovane nama. Tautan jonga me perho. Malam tadon dembaton songa di jundapaton. Kando symbolaso. Ji san dong dan ji chi chong dong lao song me xian lap ji pan zi la yi zha xin Dele Zambaye Yandapaton Serine Medesha Dembrasho Gongri Rarbi Gorbishin comes Pando Deva Malinjon, Yenezeodan. Yapisanti par the danger chi Pardanami Cassette and Bato, Kanyayon la Dehi. Do Yemali chose out of Yon in your Dosonji Salam Gopershu, Yeva Kanda Yondalamato, Dermichuja Palalo. Sado Namji Yantan Razoti Durjin Chungo Componyor Tobisho. Jarvas Ganja Sonchanzo Lamin Chokatember, the Jatakalanya Shagya Jakamula Tarji. On Benza Sato Samaima Balay and Benza Sato determined. So do you remember Supreme Van Radam Basarasa the Sarakamasami Jarian? Benjamin Benzaban Samaya Sato Lasso.